Gosh, and welcome to another episode of Kiwi and Picasso. My name's Goofy, and here's my good friend, Donald.
And to translate that into English, he said welcome.
Yeah, welcome. All of that just means one word, welcome.
That's right. So, welcome to the Kiwi and Picasso Show. I am your co-host, Picasso.
Forgot your name, huh?
It's been a little bit. It's been like a week because our breaks here are about a week before we come back with about 10 new episodes for your season 2. And the difference this season is that we're going to be pacing it out. We're going to be giving you guys one episode per week. That's the plan. So each episode is going to be fresh, maybe thought out.
Maybe.
But one thing's for sure. You guys are going to catch these typically on every Monday. And if you don't see them, well, that means we didn't make it or we didn't want to upload it.
So tough
basically,
like Christina, what's your face? Turnbull? Oh, I'm fan.
Kristen Brunel.
You told me like 10 times and I completely forgot each time. What's her name? Christina.
Kristen Brunel from New York.
Oh, is that male or female?
Kristen. It's female.
Oh, well, there's male Christians, like Christian and Edge.
No, Kristen.
Oh, tin can.
Number 10. Except with an I. I think it's an I. No, it's an E. I'm pretty sure it's an E. Yeah, it's an E.
I'm friend you are. I can't spell your name.
Yeah, it's an E. I mean, some people spell with I, but definitely E.
I before except after see your mama.
Actually, in Spanish, you say the letter I as E. So it's H, which is H. So you're probably not going to know what that is. But H, E. So, that spells hi, actually. H-I. Yeah, hi. So, you guys, we have a great show for you guys, and we kind of got off track for a sec, but it's okay because we're only roughly 2 minutes into the show. So,
yes.
You guys,
hope you enjoy it so far. If you like it so far, please like, favorite, subscribe, donate, sponsor, the works.
Key word there is donate and subscribe. Or zzz. Okay. So, you guys, we have spent the past week or so thinking about stuff to come up with, but we only started maybe 30 minutes ago actually thinking about stuff. So, we are procrastinators. That's right. We are professional procrastinators. And we are here to say that our first topic is going to be left up to Kiwi.
Alright. I got one. I have got one. What do you feel about loot boxes in video games?
What's an example? Like a chest?
No, like loot boxes. Like in Overwatch, you can buy them and you open them, you get cosmetic items.
You mean like microtransactions? I don't really do that.
Well,
are we talking like cosmetics?
Yeah. Do you think they're a good thing, a bad thing? Loot boxes, not cosmetics.
I think it's kind of like gambling. You might get what you pay for, and you might get more than what you pay for, and you might get less than what you pay for. But really, I don't really use those. So
yeah, same.
Well, again, I really only play. I mean, personally, if it were me, I'd probably get a bad one and never buy it again because it's the way I am. Yeah, if you have a chance of it not being worth it, I just typically assume I just have the worst luck and will get the worst thing they can give you, like a magic carp or something.
Yes, magic carp.
Like, nobody likes that. Like, it splashes.
Your mama splashes when she squirts.
There's a good topic. Not that one exactly, but what I was thinking of just before. Pokemon.
What do you like to play? Pokemon! If they've been in the hopping, zipping, and shopping, I don't know what the jazz is all about, you see?
Let's add that to our list for today. Pokemon. But anything else you want to add about loot? I mean, You said loot crates?
Loot boxes, loot crates. Well, the second part of this inquiry is this. There is a sin tax going to be applied to, up the prices to make it less desirable to buy them. Do you think a sin tax will help with loot boxes?
So a sin tax is something that makes loot boxes more expensive.
Yes.
Why would it help?
Because it means people will be less inclined to buy them if they cost more. And for people that buy them, they'll be able to buy less of them.
Alright, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I haven't really seen what happens when people have the opportunity to buy them either. So that's really the biggest thing because, in Fortnite, you don't really get those. It's all cosmetics for the most part. But, oh, cool. It's a person on my game named Dallas, Texas. That's, like 5 hours away. I would probably say that is it really just doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. That's really is the biggest thing. If they want to add that in there, go for it. I mean, I don't really buy stuff like that anyway. Pay to play is a terrible thing. You should be able to pay once and then never have to worry about it again, or maybe a subscription service if you're like doing what I think World of Warcraft used to do. But really, if they want to add it in there, I mean, it's better to them, to the company. I mean, it'd probably take money out of the company's hands. So I guess it really depends on the way you look at it. Like, are we talking from an economic perspective for the company, or are we talking for the players?
Probably for the players. It's a moral question.
Well, actually, I guess if it affects the company, it'd probably affect the players too. Because I think a lot of people, if they don't have pay to play, they probably wouldn't play, which would affect the amount of players playing, which would ultimately affect your amount of opponents. So I guess if everything works the way it is, that's probably the best thing to just, not rock the boat. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
Think about what?
What do you mean think about what? Like the loot boxes and stuff. Like, that's a good thing to add the syntax and stuff.
Well, I think a syntax will help somewhat. But yeah, some people are addictive. They're psychologically hardwired to spend money on these things, which is, akin to gambling. And it's gotten to the point where some European governments, like Belgium, I believe was one of them, has actually started to ban loot boxes. Do you think that's a good idea?
As you just mentioned, some players are more inclined to do that stuff, to buy loot boxes because they're more prone to gambling. So, as I mentioned, I feel like that might affect their fan base. Which, if everything works the way it is right now, then that's fine. But if you're just not satisfied with the results, then that's probably whenever some action has to be taken and adding in or taking away things. Like either adding in a syntax or taking away the option for loot boxes in general. Anything like that, really.
Yeah. Do
you think it would affect the player base, like I just mentioned?
Probably. I mean, some people are really into these sort of things. Like, they'll make YouTube videos of unboxing, but yeah, this will affect the user base somewhat, because some people want the choice. They want to be able to have a chance of getting really good cosmetic items cheap, rather than having to buy the items themselves. They'd rather gamble for them.
We're talking digital stuff, though, right? Like,
yeah,
these people unbox digital things, like, through their streaming services, like Twitch or something?
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, I don't know, Twitter might do a screenshot or two.
Huh. I don't remember seeing those. But yeah, so I'm very surprised at that. I didn't know that was really a big thing. I mean, I've seen actual mystery boxes being unboxed, like from iDubbbz. I think he has... Is that what Content Cop is? I'm not sure, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Back, you monologue.
Well, iDubbbz does a lot of unboxing videos like that, but that's why I was thinking of, because I didn't know people actually, like, do digital unboxings. Like that just doesn't seem like a thing that would keep many people. I guess now I'm thinking of it, people that are interested in the game, I guess I would probably keep them to be a part of the fan base for those types of videos. But at the same time, though, you're also narrowing down what it could be. So, like in the case of physical mystery boxes, you could have anything. You could have an alligator in the box, maybe. I mean, maybe not alligator, but like if they send a big enough box, I guess. But I don't know. You might have the Holy Chalice or something. So just something digital just really caught me off guard, because I figured that'd be a part of the gameplay, but not exactly a video of its own, which, I haven't really seen anything like that myself. So if that's not a very common thing, if that's just something that Kiwi saw once or twice, then yeah, don't crucify me. Crucify him. And yes, I did just assume his gender, but don't worry. I came up with a joke earlier. My joke was, well, I had two, but my better one, though, is something along the lines of, I identify as a funny comedian. And being as though this is 2019, you can't tell me no. You can't just assume what I am, I just thought that was very hilarious. It's also a commentary on a social commentary or political commentary. I'm not sure on people saying you can't assume genders and stuff. So yeah, but along with this loot crate stuff, I mean, Overwatch. Well, cosmetics, I guess, it doesn't really matter in my opinion. But like whenever it starts affecting the game, then yeah, I guess it's probably a really big deal. In that case, if you were having, I guess that can really be split into two different topics. Like syntax, I don't think a syntax is necessary in regards to cosmetics, but in regards to something giving you the upper hand in a game, then yes, I would say it's probably the better thing to have. So it's very situational. Most things are very situational, I found. Like just in life, like I was in one of my graduate classes, and pretty much everything that was opinion based was like the answer to them were mainly like, it depends, but then like depends on what. Then you're like, a lot of things, so many things. Like in this case, it could be like, it depends on the kind of game, because sometimes I guess it doesn't really matter. Like with a shooting game, I guess it does matter in regards to having like a rocket launcher versus buying a mystery crate that gives you the option of spawning with a rocket launcher for that one game for every life or something like that. Then yeah, it would definitely give you an upper hand over the game. But for cosmetics, I mean, I don't think it really matters.
You mean what exactly?
Kiwi? I was saying that you can really split syntax into two separate categories. Like you can have, if you were to have a syntax on like, I guess really a pay to win game, like where you're paying to have like to be spawned with the rocket launcher for every life of one particular game, then I guess that deserves syntax. But if it were something along the lines of cosmetics, like if there are two separate mystery boxes, one for cosmetics and the other one for like weapons, then the one for weapons should be syntax and the other one not.
Right. And speaking of loot boxes, EA has recently defended their loot boxes to the Parliament in UK, saying they're not loot boxes, they are, what did they say they were? Surprises. And people are like, they're like, get out of here, EA.
That's funny. Surprises. Changing the name doesn't really, does it really change the situation? I don't think so. I mean, were they trying to say it's not a loot box?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see their case.
Exactly. People don't either. They're saying, EA, get out of here. Son of a bitch.
Exactly. Like, what does everyone else think of it? What do all the fellow gamers think?
Alright, I'm looking at
Besides
the
me,
chat
they're a
room.
big
We haven't got a chat room, so it's pretty quiet there.
That's true. Maybe in the future we get one, but I don't see us setting up a Twitch anytime soon. especially for audio-based program. But who knows? Maybe my internet will be good enough to stream Fortnite or something in the future.
Yeah.
So that'd be something they could watch.
Yeah, rather your
Probably.
rather your Fortnite than mine. Oh my god, shoot the guy! Oh, I can't hit him!
It could always be both. 2 separate channels.
Yeah, good
Kiwi and
idea.
Picasso 1, Kiwi and Picasso 2. Split the viewers, but double the chances. Actually, I might double the viewers depending on if the people want to watch like 2 different tabs. Leave one.
I'd rather just do yours. Or we can get both our video feeds and just edit them into one.
Well, we're talking about like live streaming though.
Oh.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about. Yeah, same.
Alright, got any other topics?
Pokemon!
What about Pokemon? Pokemon!
Did you play Pokemon?
Yeah. A little bit of a personal story, but when I was a young boy, I had a
That's one
computer.
of my chemical romance.
You're a grown-ass man! Well, I am now, but I'll tell you this. Back when I was a preteen, a tween, I had my computer in my room. Pretty shitty computer, but I played Pokemon Blue on it. I think I played Pokemon Gold as well. It's stupid, like, if you can't maximize the emulator window because it will slow the whole thing down, it's that, like, weak. Next computer I also got, it was a better computer, so I was able to play better games, more powerful games, play Game Boy Advance games. I played Pokemon Emerald, and I also played Fire Red. The problem is that on that emulator for Visual Boy Advance, yeah, you probably know that emulator. The thing is that
I don't remember.
the internal battery, for some reason, it couldn't save the game due to a problem with the emulator. So I had to play the whole game using save states. Couldn't save the game. And it's a problem because I believe that the legendary wandering creatures, the legendary Pokemon, you can't encounter them until you save the game or something. Like,
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, because, you beat the Elite Four, credits roll, then you have to save your game, load it, and then they appear. Couldn't save the game. And I was like, don't!
I mean, I just didn't know that. Like, I've never caught a legendary Pokemon for myself. I always just bought the game, and if it was used, it had pretty much every Pokemon ever on it.
Hey, you caught them all. Nah, I got the save file with the Game Boy. Hey, you're a phony!
Exactly. I mean, I'm not really a phony per se, because then I would start a new game, and they would never obey me. Like, the thing about it was you had to be a certain level to use them, and I was just, you're like a level 1, and you're trying to commit a level 100 Charizard or something to shoot fire. I don't know what you call it. Breathe fire or somebody.
Of course.
Flamethrower.
In fact, now that I got a decent computer, I'm actually thinking of playing one of the more recent Pokemon games, like, I'm going to say Black and White. That's not recent. Well, it's more recent than Emerald and Leaf Green.
They have DS emulators?
Yes, DS Simulator. I don't have it on my computer right now, but I do have it on my external hard drive. Probably going to get a more recent version, mind you.
I didn't know they have it.
Pokemon Black and White. When did these games come out? Definitely before, like, 2010, I think. Oh, it did come out 2010. Because in my last year at high school, one of my friends had a DS and he was playing Pokemon Black. Or was it white? Doesn't matter. He was playing it, and I was like, this is weird.
They're the same game. Yeah, a
Doesn't
friend of mine
matter
that
if
you
it's black
know of.
or white.
A friend of mine that you know of that I will not name. He also had black and white on. I think he had black and white. It was either black and white or X and Y. One of those on DS.
Is this one of your friends or one of our mutual friends?
One of my personal friends that I have plenty of videos with on a certain website.
Oh. Is it...
YouTube.
Oh. I was about to say the guy's name, but I can't remember his name.
It's okay. You don't have to say his name. Okay, his name's Gage.
Oh, him. I was about to say Skylar. Then I remembered he was only in one video of yours.
Yeah, he's only like one. I wanted to specify YouTube because I didn't want people to hear that and be like, ew, Pornhub. Yeah. So, yeah, he used to play it all the time. I'm just kind of confused. How would you do it on a PC, like for an emulator, like for the touchscreen part? Like, would you just use a cursor as your finger, or the pen rather?
I don't know. I don't think I even played any games on it, because I tried to run it and it wouldn't really run the games because my computer's too weak, but my current computer may be able to play them.
Ah.
See, that's the problem with emulation, is that consoles are very specified towards playing these games, because they've got all the CPU and GPU and RAM all heading towards playing this game, whereas a computer, it's coded very differently. So your computer could be many times more powerful than a PS2, but it might still play PS2 games like shit. Like me some of the times.
See, I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. Why would something that's more powerful not be able to play it better? Or at least to the same extent.
It's very...
Same quality.
Yeah, very techie question that I cannot answer because I don't know. I mean, I did somewhat tell the answer, but specifically, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we were to have a tech person, like a Best Buy employee on here. Or Steve Wozniak. He'd be cool. The Woz.
Good old Wozzy.
Wozzy.
Yeah, like Wozzy Bear. Waka waka!
I was thinking Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh.
Yeah. He's cool. Ozzy Osbourne's the best. Well, he's not like the best. Actually, he can't even speak. It sounds like he had like a stroke or something at one point.
Probably did.
Hey, probably did. Probably did too much cocaine or something.
He does cocaine! Yeah!
Yeah, he actually might be the inspiration for Dr. Roxo. I doubt it, but he might be. You never know about things nowadays.
The way things are going, I just don't know.
What's that from?
I don't know, I just made it just now.
Oh, I think I heard it somewhere else before. I just don't know. Like, just don't know what. I feel like it's an old saying.
So old even your mum has heard of it.
So old your mother was around when they created it.
So old your mother created it.
Ah, snap. This is the first U battle. I mean, not U battle, but Yo Mama battle. We haven't actually had a U battle for the first for the season.
Yep. Can't wait to tell my kids about this.
I know, right?
Daddy, did you say you? Yeah, I did.
And truth, it was actually you.
You.
And here's our first U battle. It doesn't even have any certain topic. It's just the answer is always you.
It's always you, though.
Never. The only time it's me is whenever they're saying, who's saying you?
Reminds me of that 80s band, Eurythmics.
Sweet dreams are made of your mama.
Nope.
Can you give me 5 good reasons why they're not?
Yeah, all 5 of them start with you.
Well, they might start with you, but they end with you only.
Only you.
Wait a minute. But they already start with you. So why would it have to end with you only?
Because it starts and ends with you, like a palindrome.
Okay, I know what a palindrome is, but if you say you, that's not a palindrome.
It is if everything in the sentence also reads the same forwards and backwards.
Yeah, I guess. Well, no.
No.
I don't know. It probably wouldn't make sense if you spelled you backwards, like O-U-Y? Oi? Like, oi, oi.
What are you, Australian?
Yeah, but the thing is, I never think oi is spelled with a U. I think it's spelled like O-Y. So that's a thing there.
It is a thing there.
Your mama had a thing there.
Nope.
She had like 19 of them.
Yours.
Yours. Your mama had a thing there, and they were all African Aussies.
Aussies. Nope. Yours. They're all African Canadians.
Nope, it's not true.
Always true.
You're only saying that because they're from the north. See, the thing about Canada, I was thinking about Canada for some reason. Canada. I feel like that I'm watching something that has somebody Canadian in it. I forget. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Parks and Recreation. Have you ever watched Parks and Recreation or The Office? That's a good topic. Let's talk about trending television.
No, I don't watch trendy television. Very short topic, the end.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
What thing?
Like I didn't expect to actually go into the actual show. There's no way you've seen Parks and Rec or anything like that. I definitely wouldn't think so. I'd peg you maybe for a Friends guy. Like, I'm sure you've seen a few episodes of Friends, but that's all I would think.
Nope. Don't assume I watch any of those shows.
Well, I mean, I wasn't exactly assuming. I was literally just asking you just now. But I'm sure you have seen some of Friends, right?
Or maybe some when it was on TV, but I never watched a full episode.
Why?
Wasn't my sort of show.
How would you know if you've never seen an episode?
Because I've seen enough of an episode to know I didn't like it.
Are you able to recall of which episode it was?
Hell no! They're in a cafe.
They're always in a cafe.
Well, there you go. Now you know the episode.
That's like 200 episodes. It's like every episode they're always on the couch that's in the middle of a cafe for some reason. It doesn't even make sense.
Your local cafe doesn't have a couch?
No? Well, by my university, this place called Java Jacks.
Joe Jack?
They have...
Honor.
No, Java Jacks. They have a lot of tables and chairs upstairs for like studying and stuff, so they appeal to the students.
Right.
But besides that, no, they don't really have anything. I mean, actually, yeah, I think they might have a couch, but I've only been in there like 4 times, honestly, so I'm not the best person to ask. Although I did go in there recently because final exams were hard. It took a lot of studying, especially for this one class. I studied so hard for it. Like, the way I said that reminds me of South Park, the episode with like, oh, you gave me a clue.
Gives me a raging clue.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm getting a clue over there. From the Hardy Boys. What episode was that?
I don't know. Oh, I remember the one. It's the one where someone took a juice in the urinal, okay?
Oh, right. It turned out to be Stan, right? Yeah, spoiler alert, guys. Good old Stan. He's always taking a deuce in the urinal.
I went in there and I saw a gosh dang fudge dragon, okay?
Okay. You said okay. Our Kiwi host here, Mr. Kiwi, just said okay instead of okay. I cannot believe you said that. Have you watched the new Karate Kid?
Have I watched the new Karate Kid? No.
I mean, it's I don't even remember what it's called, but it's a new YouTube show. Or not even new. It's been out for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, Cobra Kai? No.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. That's it. Did you ever like the original Karate Kid?
Yeah. I watched, I think, the first 2 movies and then the one with the chick.
It's the third one or the fourth one?
I don't know. And now I have not watched the new one with Jaden Smith.
It doesn't follow that. It follows Ralph Macchio. Macchio? I don't know how to pronounce that. Macchio, probably. Like macchiato.
Macho. He's a macho man.
I'm
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Hello, Randy. Nice to meet you. But yeah, so the new Karate Kid is I think season 2 just came out recently, and I saw the first Karate Kid a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I've had American Pie stuck in my head all day. Like I was playing earlier, and I was like, "Bye, bye, Miss American Pie." But yeah, so Karate Kid though. If you're a big fan, I heard Kevin Smith talking about it. And he was saying some really good things, like how that there are a lot of allusions to the. I said allusions. That's a pretty big word. There are a lot of allusions to the original show. Well, it's a pretty big word. It's like saying hyperbole. Like that's not really a very common word. I mean, most people would say exaggeration. Like most people would say reference instead of allusion.
No one says hyperbole in Texas.
A lot of people just aren't smart enough, honestly. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not all dumb, but I think ranked in education, Texas is on down there.
They need you to be a teacher to teach them. How can I reach these kids?
How can I reach these kids? Yeah, that'd be me. It really would, because they'd probably be paying me a lot of money. Well, not really a lot of money. They'd probably be paying off my student loans. They'd probably be like, 5 years here and your student loans are forgiven, okay? I'd be like, yeah, for sure. It's like being paid $100,000 to go work for a high school.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that, I'd be like, yeah, for sure.
Gotta watch out, it's a ghetto school. They'll stab you.
Yeah, but then you just gotta reach these kids. Because if you don't reach these kids, then you gotta remember that, their lives are in your hands.
Michael Jackson reached the kids.
Well, he reached for the kids, that's right. He reached for them in a bad spot. He sure did. I saw a comment. I can't remember what video it was, but it was like I never met Michael Jackson as a kid. And then it took me like so many responses later to realize that it was talking about pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good and probably fast topic. Hopefully fast. I really hope it'd be a fast topic. What do you think about the pedophiles being demanding to be accepted in society?
Well,
like accepted like homosexuals, transsexual stuff.
That's pretty funny. It's like the whole Pride Month, like LGBT, and it's like, yeah, what about pedophiles? What about them? It's like, dude, they're fellow human beings, civil rights. Yeah, pedophiles don't deserve civil rights. So tough luck for you. Just kidding.
Yeah, not me, no. So in the situation, like I was hearing a counter argument. I think it was on Joe Rogan or something like that. I was hearing a counter argument. Actually, I think they got onto that because they're talking about Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yep.
I don't know if that's how you say it, but yeah. The counter argument though was, what if they were to out themselves, and then like promise not to do anything bad,
I suppose if they're rehabilitated, all the pedoness beaten out of them or something, I guess that'll be alright.
Well, not even rehabilitation, because the thing about that is, what I learned from that was that a lot of it is basically mental illness, and you can't really fix that because it's like something traumatic that happened to them in childhood. So I don't know what I would do in that situation, but one thing's for sure though, that definitely does bring a new light to it, because it's like yeah, like fuck pedophiles, like everybody says that, but then you say that like what if you just have them all like registered and everything, like in the sexual what do you call it thing, I forget what it's called, the sexual predator list thing, like if you just keep their names and everything, but they don't do anything wrong, like can they still exist in society if they just come out and say, yeah, that's me? Like what do you do then?
I guess that's alright, but yeah. The whole they should off themselves sounds pretty good. I mean, if it's a mental illness, there's nothing we can do. Why waste taxpayer money on a problem that's never going to be cured? They're always going to seek new ways to get out the little boys and little girls. So maybe just put them in a village all by themselves, hang out with their own kind, with no children nearby.
But the thing about it is, though, there's also a double standard. Because if you think about it, a lot of times, like whenever there's a woman arrested for being with a younger guy, like they're typically, it's like that episode of South Park where they're like, nice. So what do you think about in that situation? There's a double standard that if an older woman like that's with basically a teenage boy, still a child, mind you, then it's looked at being okay. But then with women who actually developed younger, from what I understand, it's seen to be a lot worse.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, so what do we do then? What do we do then in that situation whenever the public looks at that and sees the guy being seen as like high five and everything, whereas the girl is like a victim?
Yeah, well, I say convict the girl as well. I mean, she did a crime. She should face the same punishment a man should feel.
Well, that's the thing, though. They do. Both of them do. They definitely get the justice from it, but they don't get the social thing, like the social stigma from it.
The social justice.
Well, the social stigma doesn't hit both of them. Like for a man, it's like pedophile, but for a woman, it's like nice cougar. So in that situation, what do you do? Do you look at both of them bad, or do you change your viewpoint on one?
Well, that depends. Is the husband involved in any way, or was she doing all this pedophilianess behind his back? Because if he doesn't know anything, he's completely innocent. He shouldn't be punished.
What do you mean husband? No, they're not a couple.
Oh.
No, I'm saying you're like here in the United States. I don't know how it is in your country, but here in the United States, if a woman has a sexual relationship with a student, or just any woman with a minor, but typically a teacher, because that's how they get two younger people. That's how it just happens. So in a situation of a teacher, by the way, let's limit this to about an hour, because first of all, my headset's about to die.
Alright, and I guess afterwards you can play some Fortnite if I feel like it.
For sure, but yeah, the situation though is, so let's assume that they're both single. Do you change your standpoint on the male, or change your standpoint on the woman? Because you have to do something.
I wouldn't change on either.
So you're saying that it's okay to treat the woman fine, but the male bad?
No, I'll treat them both bad. They're both pedophiles. They're both breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Right.
Breaking the law.
But that was my point, though. The woman isn't usually treated well, so you have to change it to treating her bad.
Yeah, she should be punished. So the woman goes to prison and the kid gets a high five. Nice.
So let's put you in those shoes, which I agree with you, first of all. But let's put you in those shoes, because this is also the counter argument to that. So in that case, if you were in his shoes, would you just because you were below the age of consent? Actually, I don't even know. If you're, let's say 17, because age of consent in Texas is 17. If you're at the age of consent in Texas, but still a teacher, is that a crime?
If you're under the age of consent, that would be a crime.
No, if you're above the age of consent or at the age of consent.
Well, I don't think it's against the law, but it would be unethical.
Right, but is that a crime?
I don't know your laws, and it's going to be different from state to state. So I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like it'd be pretty universal. I would hope it's pretty universal that they don't allow that. But whether or not they do, good point. But yeah, I would say that that's definitely a thing to think about, because socially there's that stigma, but it's not enforced on both sides.
Yeah, indeed.
Just makes you think.
Makes me
wonder. I think that's definitely.
Makes me think.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the things that one of the statements that South Park was trying to do by saying, nice.
It's all right when a woman does it. Now that's progressivism.
But it's not really that. I'm pretty sure that the left are actually against it too. I'm pretty sure it's just the right that are more, I don't want to say masculine, that's not the right word, more macho. That's what you call it in Spanish, machismo. I think it's those guys that are more for it. No cheese. Vegan only.
You're a vegan now?
No, but I'm trying to eat healthier.
That's good. How was that smash burger?
Oh, there you go, outing me in front of everybody. It was very good. It was fantastic. It was expensive, but it was definitely the best burger around. Definitely got the quality for the money. The burger itself was $7.99. It was a double bacon smash burger. So it had 6 slices of bacon and 2 slices of a burger, of meat. And then regular burgers.
That mystery meat. What is that chinging noise?
It's really good though. The total for mine alone is probably something like $13 because the meal alone brings it up so much. It's like $4 for the fries and drink. That's all it is in the meal. It's that, and the hamburger. Cheeseburger. Good cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, well, it's fantastic. Fries just, you can't really have a burger without fries. I mean, you could, but should you? Nah.
What is happening?
Like burgers.
I heard a bunch of chinging noise and now you're doing monologues I can't even hear.
Can you say that again? My headset died.
Please don't let your headset die.
Well, unfortunately, it did happen. And we're actually near the end of the episode. So it's not a big deal.
Ah, we're only 45 minutes in.
Right, the episode's going to be like an hour. So.
Oh well. Well, I guess that's it, folks. Not much we can do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Fantastic. I'm glad you can hear me now because I just plugged in my other headset.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, do you like hamburgers?
Yeah, they're alright. I prefer to make my own. I don't trust fast food restaurants. They're going to use that weird mystery meat that's going to last forever because it's got preservatives up the ass. Like, I've seen experiments where they do that. They put the meat inside some enclosed environment, like a cupboard or a microwave or something, and then, like, frickin' it's still edible. It's probably got moss growing on it. You shouldn't eat it, but it's still looking pretty good.
Right. I kind of agree with that, but whenever you make it at home, it's just not the same. I mean, they're kind of good, I guess, but they're homemade. They're not the same thing as I don't know, not really McDonald's, I guess. McDonald's, I don't really consider them. I used to consider them burgers, but like this was a burger on a different level. It'd be like if you went to an upscale restaurant and got a really good burger.
Home of the good burger.
Yeah, like I've paid like $10 for a burger before, and this was definitely the best one. Smash Burger.
Reminds me of that.
We're not sponsored by them.
We should be.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that episode of Malcolm Middle where they go to a hotel and it's like, so this is what a $20 hamburger looks like. I thought it would be the size of my head.
That's funny. That's very funny. Who says that?
Race. It's the one where they run away from home and they steal their dad's credit card and they hide out in the hotel.
I don't remember that. I just remember the one where they go to, they light off a firework and they all go blind.
Oh yeah, that's the one where they visit the ranch that Francis works at.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I won't do it. I'm out of that. I've grown out of that destructiveness. And he looks and he's like lighting the match. He's like, oh, that's weird.
I remember that. You're bringing back memories, man. That's so cool, man.
Part of the appeal of the show is this trip down nostalgia lane.
Yeah. So what do you think about feminists taking that away in the future? Do you see the leftists tackling the saying of man?
A man to what?
No, man. Like, hey, man. Do you see them saying something like, why don't you change that to woman? Or, I don't know, shui. I don't know how to say that. Z-H-E. Z? I don't know.
Sounds like a monster in Dungeons and Dragons. Let's go beat up the Z.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't know if it sounds right.
Yeah, neither have I.
But one thing's for sure, it's strange.
Yeah, it is. My sister's best friend's stepfather plays Dungeons and Dragons, and he's got the stereotypical neck beard. Well, he had when I saw him, 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
But does he look like Harry Knowles?
No.
Does he look like that Bruce man?
Bruce Valanche?
Yes. No neck beard, but, if he grew a neck beard.
Bruce Valanche. No.
Oh. Who does he look like?
Your mama. With an neck beard.
It looks like you. You.
You.
Why don't you grow a neck beard?
I don't think I've got the genetics to grow a beard.
Have you ever tried?
Nope. Gotta shave at some point.
You don't have to.
Maybe when I'm homeless I'll try that.
So, pretty soon?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm very happy for you that you decided your new living arrangements.
Sell me
You
a
seem like
mobile
you're...
home.
No, I'm not going to sell you anything. I don't even know how to do that.
It's easy. Just tell me to buy it or get lost, and I'll buy it.
Actually, it's not that easy. You have to be like, you got to go to this website and you choose us because we're better, because we don't charge you. Yeah, it's pretty wacky because it's more than just laying down money. You actually have to like go online and do stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons where Marge is selling houses.
I think I remember that. Is she wearing a red
Yes.
jacket?
Yes.
Kind of like Peggy. Peggy wears one.
Yeah.
Peg a leg.
Peg leg.
Yeah. She has a peg leg kind of like you.
You. Like a pirate.
You. Right. Pirate Kiwi. Have you heard about, what do you think about Texas making it a felony to swipe boxes?
Swipe boxes? What, like stealing them outside someone's house like Amazon deliveries?
Yeah, like mail.
Yeah, that's against the law. You shouldn't do that.
Right, but they upgraded it to a felony.
What's that mean? More punishment?
That means it's always on your permanent record that you're a felon, which means you go to prison, first of all. I think it means you go to prison. I'm not too sure about that. But it definitely stays on your record until you die that you are a felon, which means it's harder to get jobs. People look at that and they say, oh, he's a felon. Ooh. So, for example, most people that were smoking weed a long time ago, if they got caught, they would be arrested and thrown in jail for it being a felony. So decriminalization, that means that it's just a misdemeanor or something like that, and they just get a fine. That's pretty much all a misdemeanor is. Maybe a little bit of jail, but probably a fine. Jail is different than prison, by the way.
Oh, yes. Well, I think it should be a felony to steal someone's mail. That's bad.
Right, but why should it be a felony?
'Cause Stone Cold said so.
Like, why should it be a felony, meaning it ruins their whole life? Why do you think? Like, do you think that that's a pretty good controversial topic? Do you think that a felony should stay on your permanent record until you die? Like, while you look through jobs and everything?
Maybe. Maybe some sort of, like, limit, like 7 years or something. Or 5 years.
Yeah, I can see that. But, like, felons also lack the right to do pretty much anything. Like, they can't vote. Well, not really anything. But they can't own a gun. They can't vote. I guess owning a gun's kind of reasonable. But, yeah, like, do you think felons should vote?
Sure. Unless the felony is for fraud, in which case, no.
Well, just in general, they just do not have that right. So, regardless of whether it's for fraud or not, they just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, got a felony for smoking weed. Well, you shouldn't vote. I was going to vote for Bernie Sanders. You should be allowed to vote. Yeah, you don't mind if I'm going to vote for the people that you like.
Yeah. Probably a lot of the people that are felons are probably the ones that are voting Democrat anyway.
Yeah.
Because Republicans are... Well, I'm sure a lot of them are actually Republicans. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Like, logically, it'd make more sense for them to be Democrats because... I don't know. I guess maybe... I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. Beats me. I have no idea.
Your father beats you.
No. Why would he beat me? I'm a good boy.
Because you killed him in Fortnite. That was me, you son of a bitch!
That never happened.
Might happen.
No, don't think so.
Always happens.
See, that's the thing, though. It won't.
It's going to happen tonight.
No, but I mean, I'm looking into my crystal ball here, and it's never going to happen.
It's going to happen when you least expect it. Which isn't going to be soon because now you're expecting it.
Right. By then, I won't even be playing Fortnite.
I stopped playing it years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know what Fortnite is anymore. I play this new game called, I don't know, Star Wars 2.
I'm playing Tetris.
I'm playing Tetris 5.
Let's
Yeah.
say tetanus.
Texas? It's going to rain? What? So, I heard a rumor that your mother takes it up her butt.
Nope, the rumor's about your mother, and it's true.
Well, actually, there was a rumor about your mother, and it turned out it was true. What do you have to say about that?
All lies.
See, the only lies we have here are none. So,
No one's lying.
well, see, the new Democratic debate is on Wednesday.
Who cares?
Well, that's going to be cool because it's going to tell you who's going to be the person running against Trump.
Who cares?
Me?
Okay.
I mean, I care. Jeez.
Why do you care?
It's going to be interesting. Oh, because it's going to be cool to see. It's kind of like a trailer, but like a false trailer. Like if they had like 16 false trailers. Like one's the truth, like one's the one that's actually going to be running against Trump, and then the other ones they're just there.
They're over there.
Yeah. So it's like you got to choose the actual one that's going to be running. Then the public chooses, and the one with the most votes wins. And the one that's the most qualified gets. They don't have a chance. It's terrible. And sometimes the person that's most popular doesn't win either, or second most popular rather. I mean, doesn't really make sense, I guess. But like for example, with Bernie Sanders, I think he had more people on his side, but I don't think they voted. So.
Yeah. Well, if you want something to happen, you gotta go out and vote. Just because you want it badly doesn't mean you have to just hope that it happens. Do something.
I agree.
Yeah, like some people were saying, like Bernie Sanders could have been president if his supporters went out and actually voted. Maybe.
I definitely agree. Like, I kind of support. I think I supported him for a while until he stopped. Until he started endorsing Hillary Clinton. That's right around where I was like, ooh. Yeah. But he seemed okay. I mean, I just figured it'd be 4 years of doing nothing. Like, I didn't think they would get done, which we didn't really need much to get done either because, I mean, the way I saw it, I mean, Obama left the country pretty all right. I mean, it wasn't that bad. We were doing fairly all right. And immigration-wise, from my understanding, I think Obama, he sent back more immigrants than George Bush. So actually, it was pretty much what Trump promised himself to be in regards to immigration. Actually, Trump recently, what do you think about this new tariff?
What tariff?
There was going to be a tariff on, I believe, Mexican products.
I don't know.
But then they came to some sort of, not an accord. I think that's probably a fancier word of saying the word I'm looking for. Agreement.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, basically, they came to some sort of agreement, and I don't remember what it was, but it obviously wasn't to build a whole wall. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, in general, what do you think about Mexico? Do you see them as being corrupt?
In a way, yes. They've got a lot of crime problems, cartels, that sort of thing. And socialist kind of government. Well,
Really?
I don't quite know. I'm not Mexican. I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty certain that Mexico is very conservative.
Ay, ay,
It's actually
ay!
keenly socialist. No, they really like, I don't want to say Republicans, but just conservative ideologies.
They're like beautiful Ted.
Beautiful Ted. That's another thing that really turns me off of Trump. Like, with Trump at first, I was like, he's pretty alright. But then slowly, it starts being like, ugh. Like, he changed his opinion on Ted Cruz, and that's where I'm like, ugh, okay, so this guy definitely doesn't care about the good of our country because he's looking at the race as like a competition. Like, even though he himself might not be the best one, like with Ted Cruz, he pulls him down by calling him a name, lying Ted. But then later on he endorses him, even though he called him a liar, even though he thinks that the guy is a bad guy,
Texas
So,
Ted.
right, he changes it to Texas Ted and Beautiful Ted, both of those. And that's
funny.
that doesn't,
Texas Ted. Oh, beautiful Ted. Pocahontas.
it is funny. But it doesn't make sense.
Sense?
Like, we have our, what?
What? Sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that they said penis.
Don't tell me what's on your mind, it's dirty.
No. But, yeah, so that just doesn't make sense how he flip-flop like that. I mean, of course, the first time is because it's running against him, but he had to have some sort of basis for calling him a liar. Like, that doesn't make very much sense. Almost said shents. Like,
Oh,
Z.
sense.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that flip-flop? Why did he do that?
I don't know. You cannot look too deep into the mind of Trump. He's a criminal mastermind.
He doesn't have a reason not to vote for him?
He's an evil genius. You cannot question him.
I don't see him being evil. I just don't think he's the best person for the job.
I remember when he got elected, our good friend Sammy was like, oh my god, he's inexperienced. Ugh. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, compared to Hillary Clinton's bad experience.
Yeah, but with Hillary, that's different, though, because, I just didn't agree with her on her ideologies, but I think that, she just didn't really... The more mistakes you have, the better that you can do, because you learn from your mistakes.
Hopefully.
But at the same time, Trump hasn't made any mistakes. He doesn't know what's a mistake and what's not. I mean, he's a pretty good judge of something being a mistake, I'm sure. I mean, he wouldn't be a billionaire if he didn't. But yeah, I mean, if you were to make one big mistake, because, most inexperienced people, they do make a lot of big mistakes like that. And you probably would never hear the end of it. It'd probably be bigger than Benghazi. Because, he's the leader of literally all the people with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, police officers, military, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was really a gamble.
Do you think it paid off?
I don't think we've really done worse. We haven't really done all that much better either. I've heard bad things about those taxes. I heard good things at first. I'm waiting on the bad things that we're talking about to happen.
What bad things?
It supposedly helps out the taxes now, but later on it like raises taxes or something. I don't remember. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Guess we'll
Was this
see.
Is SpongeBob at your house?
Yeah, we're taking turns banging your mother. He's going, hey, you bitchy.
Speaking of which, not speaking of that, but speaking of which, I think I got my car around the same time that Trump was elected. It's funny.
Yeah, the Trump mobile gave you strength.
Like literally at the exact same time. I think I got it like January, like late January of 2017. The same time he was inaugurated. Within days.
Nice.
What do you think of Gavin McInnes?
Who? Oh, the guy from the Proud Boys? I don't know.
McGinnis, rather.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to forget he founded or co-founded Vice, and they're like, oh my god, he's bad. Yeah, well, he founded your favorite media company. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they changed a lot, but what do you think about him personally?
I don't know him personally.
Well, I don't mean like personally. I mean like his personal opinions, like his ideologies, and just anything like that.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
them.
Oh, he's funny. Definitely
Yeah.
recommend you check him out. He's definitely very smart and funny.
Alright, so if he will please endorse us, we'll keep talking about him.
For sure. I mean, he'd probably rather go over to Vice that has a lot of people that probably like, well, maybe they wouldn't like to talk about him per se, but I'm sure that they would talk about him a lot more than, or I'm sure he would like to talk about them a lot more than he would like to talk about us.
Yep. And so that just about wraps up this episode of the Kiwi and Picasso Show Season 2, Episode 1.
Yeah, it just about does. But the thing about that sentence is it just about does, which means it hasn't wrapped up yet.
Yeah, we've probably got like another 5 minutes of waffling before we finally hang up.
Exactly. Spelled with a Z. Why is that not spelled with a Z? Xylophone. X. The fuck?
It's a riddle for the ages. But I want the answer now.
Yeah, I mean, we're a generation of instantaneous providing. I blame Google.
I don't have to go to your mother's house to get porn of her. I can just go to Pornhub and then go, oh my gosh.
What do you think about like, do you think it's possible that there could be an AI supercomputer that could be created based on taking our information from our like Google accounts and stuff, like the way we type in everything and something like that, in order to create an AI?
Yes, I do believe so. In fact, it may already be around.
Right, but like one that could not simulate, but yeah, I guess simulate a personality such as in the movie Her.
Probably.
That would be unmistakable. I mean, that could be potentially viewed as an actual person.
Yes. Then you can install them into an android and replicate the person like a Terminator.
Do you think catfishing would become an issue in that case?
Yes. Wait
Like,
a minute.
do you think that
You look the same in real life as your profile picture. Something doesn't add up.
No, I meant like that AIs could potentially catfish you into thinking that you're a real person, or into thinking that they're a real person. That would make sense if they catfish you into thinking you're a real person.
Yeah, probably.
Or do you think that we could somehow block that?
By somehow getting them to think that we're a robot?
No, like bugs. Not bugs.
Pretending we're a bug. Hello, I'm an ant.
Nice to meet you.
No, I mean like glitches, bugs, those kind of bugs.
Oh, computer bug.
Right.
I am a virus. I gotta delete you.
I mean, I see that as being a pretty big thing. But really, I think the biggest thing with that would be, what was I going to say? Something to do with well, there's many things actually. Like I was just thinking, like basically just fucking with the software. But like, so with the hackers, like they could hack it first of all. Second of all, the company could do a lot of things to mess with the coding of one of the supercomputers, which is basically an AI. So, do you think that actually that would bring forth a whole lot of issues? Like, for example, school shootings. Oof. It's bad. Like, we could potentially be facing AI that would be hacked into shooting up schools and stuff. And that would, and because the person doing it wouldn't be apprehended, that would also mean that the person could do it again, which means that we're looking at countless deaths and countless shootings.
Yeah.
No, that's terrible.
That's something that we should work towards.
Maybe in a movie. Work towards that and making that kind of movie, but let's don't create that in real life.
Might be fun. I'm bored. It's a robot uprising. That's more like it.
That's terrible. Like, literally, it would probably tear you. They'll come to your house and they'd be like, I'm going to tear you up.
I am a robot, just like you. Okay.
That didn't make sense.
Yeah, it is. The robots come to your house and you should pretend to be a robot.
Oh, it's you saying it. I thought that was the robot saying it. I am a robot. I am just like you. I think I'd die.
Yeah. To destroy him, you just need to create a contradiction of sorts that fries their logic processes. Hey robots, what is 4 divided by 0? And they go, and then it blow up.
Right, but the thing is, also second thing, there's a movie called Rise of the Robots that was filmed at my university. It's kind of funny. It's really bad. But second, that's the thing though. If they were to be people, like if they were to be AI, like a person, they would just say, I don't know. Like, they're not meant to know everything. Like, they're AI. Like, even today, like, Google will tell you something along the lines of, I cannot answer that right now, or here are your results for blah, 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 blah. Like, there's no need for it to answer your question.
What question? I wasn't listening.
Whatever question you ask, I don't give a fuck. Just whatever question, like, what's the answer to life, universe, and everything, something like that.
42.
Yeah, that's probably what it'd tell you. But you're saying a question like that breaks it. Like if a tree falls in the middle of a forest, does it make a noise? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the sound of one hand clapping? Oh, that's easy. It's like, no, Bart, it's about how you need one thing to complete another. No, listen to this.
I don't hear anything.
Well, that was the sound of one hand clapping.
Well, it didn't make any sense.
Want to hear the sound of one hand fapping?
No.
Well, guys, if you donate money, you'll get that private show.
No, you sure will not.
1 hour, fap.
That's the sound of Kiwi's mother.
Nope, yours.
Nope, just yours.
Picasso's mother swinging her meat curtains into each other.
No, that's not. I think that might be a very inaccurate sentence.
It's yours.
Surely you're mistaken. Who says that? Surely you're mistaken. It's probably like Tiny Tim or something. Surely you're mistaken, sir.
Wimpy British kid.
When you say wimpy British kid, I was thinking about Tiny Tim. Like, please, sir, let my dad off for Christmas. Funny.
My name is Jimmy Richard. I'm King of the Hill.
Hello, Jimmy. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I know it's King though. But
I'm the boss. You work for
listeners
me.
don't. I remember that. Our listeners are going to be listening to that and be like, the fuck is he talking about? Well, guys, those of you that didn't understand that, as he mentioned, it is a character from King of the Hill.
Yeah. And that's about
And-
it. I said like goodbye like 10 minutes ago.
I know, right? Pretty wacky.
So I just want to give a shout out to our loyal listener. What's her name again? Cristiano Turnpike?
No, not at all. Her name is Kristen Brunel. Kristen Brunel with an E.
Christian Brunel. With
Kristen.
Kristen. Oh. Christine like the car.
Kind of, but no E. And spelled differently.
So shout outs to you, baby. Keep listening to our show and don't be a cheap ass and start donating.
Yeah. Donate. Or else we'll have to live off of the donations of Mr. Adolf.
Hopefully he returns soon.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll donate to us again. Hopefully we didn't offend him.
Yeah, bring on his gas bill.
I know, right? Like, he couldn't afford to donate to us this time because of his gas bill, as we mentioned.
That's bad.
It's funny because he was sticking his head inside of the inside of the oven.
Exactly.
He said, haha, today's opposite day.
Instead of baking a head of lettuce, I'm gonna bake my own head.
Nobody bakes a head of lettuce. That's silly.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, just put that lettuce in the oven and just throw it in there. Here you go, Mr. Rabbit.
That's very strange.
Thank you.
Ugh.
I'll send you some in the mail. Darren, it's a gift from your friend. It's lettuce. What am I, a goat?
Baked lettuce. The only thing around here that should be baked is me. That's funny.
Wake up and eat lettuce.
I do like lettuce. It doesn't really fill me up, of course, because it's all water. But no, I would never eat lettuce, first of all.
You like it, you just never eat it.
That's actually right. I mean, it's okay. Have you ever heard of the Lettuce Club?
No. Lettuce club.
Well, it's a club where you, actually, I believe it's a fraternity. No, it's a club. It's definitely a club.
Oh.
But it's a group of people, though, in college. And they typically get together and they eat lettuce. But the thing about it is, the winner, they have to organize the next event the following year. And they also have to, like, buy the lettuce and everything next year. And, they have to sort it all out.
All right.
So basically, it's whoever can eat the head of the lettuce the fastest. Yeah, so it's very interesting, and let me get on to the let's don't do that. Let's save it for next time. Anyway, we are 1 hour and 20 minutes in, and I feel like that is a good amount of time. Bless you.
Thank you.
Hey. A good amount of time for an episode.
Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes. I mean, you did say you only wanted to do it an hour, but
We're overachieving. It's okay. We'll be fine. Nobody's going to come and steal our heads.
and bake our heads and eat them in high school.
In high school?
Oh, yeah, you know, the students, they grab the heads of podcast people. I got Seth
I don't think that's
Rogen.
a thing.
I got Steven Crowder.
Seth Rogen has a podcast? I would so listen to that.
And what's his name? Jeff Rogan.
Who?
Joe. Someone you never heard about.
Joe Rogan, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
So just to explain to our listeners, my throat is kind of raspy right now. I don't know if you guys can tell that it's raspy, if it's noticeable. But it's because before this episode aired, well, not really before it aired, but before we recorded this, I had a peanut butter with, I had a banana with peanut butter, and the peanut butter still in my throat. So that's why, because like my throat has peanut butter in it. It won't go down.
Throat has penis in it.
No, it's not that.
And that's all we need to hear.
Well, anyway, you guys, I believe that concludes our episode of the Kiwi and Picasso Show, episode 11 on season 2. The first time that we roll over to the following season. Season 2, this is not a different season exactly. This is still summertime for me and probably...
Winter time for me.
Yeah, I was going to say winter because it seems like you're on the opposite side of the world, not just 3/4 of the way across the world or something.
Yeah, but I'm on the opposite side of your mother's bed.
Your toilet goes the other way around. Just kidding, it's actually a myth. But
I go down on your mother the same way, in a circle, in a spiral.
Absolutely. So anyway, you guys, thanks for listening. We love you guys. We want to marry you guys. No, I'm just kidding. We don't love you guys in that kind of way. You guys are the best. Platonic. Yeah, it's plutonic.
Sounds radioactive. This is plutonic.
This is plutonium, and I believe that you guys are fantastic, and we will hear each other. You guys will hear me and Kiwi in the following episode.
Which may come out eventually, because we're doing a different schedule.
Every Monday.
Every Monday! Which is Tuesday if you live on my side of the world.
Right. Which means that this is being recorded on a Sunday, which means we're going to be posting it tomorrow. And I guess we're going to aim for Sundays in recording. I guess that would be cool.
Yeah. Which will be my Monday we record it, and Tuesday upload.
Exactly. So, you guys will hear us next week, assuming everything works out. If we change our minds, you guys will see. So just check in on us every now and then. You know, maybe on Tuesday, which is tomorrow for you guys. Unless you're listening to this a long time from now, but I'm just assuming that you guys listen to it on the first day out.
You better listen to it, because there's going to be a story arc. You jump in midway through the season, you're not going to know what's going on.
It's like you guys started listening, and you guys are like, hey, wait a minute, today's not Tuesday. Or Monday, rather. I don't know, probably Monday night, so basically Tuesday.
Yeah.
Be aware that YouTube typically goes up before the Anchor.com one or Anchor.fm one. By the way, guys, go sign in for Anchor.fm, ANCHOR.fm. And Anchor is basically what Anchor sends us off onto Spotify and Castbox and all these other apps, I guess. I don't want to say platforms because I don't know if they're really platforms. They're all really internet platforms, or internet apps. I don't know. But anyway, you guys, so just be aware that the YouTube one goes up first. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys haven't already. If you guys are like, there's a YouTube channel? Well, go check that out today.
Yeah. So just search Kiwi and Picasso, and there you go.
Exactly. Kiwi and Picasso Show, episode 11. That's what you guys would be having this called. Kiwi, do you typically name the episodes? I'm just curious.
What do you mean name them? I just have the episode number.
So it's a no. Okay.
Yeah.
I meant like name I don't know, Picasso and Pokemon, something like that.
Picasso and Pokemon.
Anyway, so that's our show. I'm glad you guys listened. Thank you for everything. And big thanks, a big round of applause to my co-host here, Kiwi. And it's been fun talking with you guys, even though you guys have been more or so just listening and you guys haven't been speaking. It's kind of like speaking to Silent Bob over here.
Yeah, this is like an interactive show. If you don't agree with us, just yell at the screen. You bastards are so wrong!
And remember, this is the show where you guys can decide who it is. Whenever we say you. And just remember, in your own heart, you know who it is.
Yeah, we know it's you.
It's Kiwi. Nope, Kiwi.
Nope, it's you. Picasso.
Nope, just you. You.
That's an episode of Malcolm Middle, where at the beginning of the episode, Reese baseball bat whacks a baseball and it knocks down a painting, and he has to get some glue and he glues the painting back to the canvas, and he's looking at something underneath. Picasso.
That's funny. Kind of like Mr. Bean.
Oh, yeah. Are you thinking of the movie? Yes.
Yeah. With the painting. Oh, that sucks. So Reese destroyed one of Picasso's paintings?
No, he didn't destroy it, but he destroyed the painting that was over the top of it. Because it was like a poster on top of a painting.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad then. Was it also by Picasso?
No. If it was probably like a cheap reproduction, $10.
Well, I mean, obviously on the show, but like within that reality of the show.
I don't know. What am I, an expert?
Yeah, you know everything about Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about trendy shows. Malcolm in the Middle is like one trendy show that I watch. Because it's a good one.
Is it a good one, though?
Yes.
It's pretty alright.
It's a good one.
I prefer Friends. Blasphemy. Crucify him.
You ain't got no friends.
I feel like that's from King of the Hill.
King of the Hill's good.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But anyway, guys, that's been our show. We've been ending the show for way too long. It's been roughly like 30 minutes, well, going on 23 minutes that we've been saying goodbye. And we all know I hate goodbyes. I hate goodbyes. Goodbyes make me cry. And you know, cry runs with goodbyes. No, I actually don't like byes at all.
Oh my god, you are anti-bisexual, and this is Pride Month. Boo!
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like, no, you're putting words into my mouth.
You're putting your own dick in your mouth.
That's not true. No. Your mother puts my dick in her mouth.
Nope, you put your own mother's dick in your mouth.
Nope.
You and your cousin touch wieners!
I used to think that was actually how the homosexuals had sex. I didn't know. I mean, I was only 7.
Well, now that you're fully grown and homosexual, do you know how they have sex now?
I'm not a homosexual.
What a twist!
That's like that question whenever they say, "Does your mother know you're gay?" It's like, I'm not gay.
So your mother doesn't know.
I am not a homosexual. But your father is.
Yours. I am not a crook.
His father.
When the president does it, that means it's not illegal.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
But not on Futurama, though, right?
Arrgh! No, not in Futurama.
He said it in real life.
Yeah, I think so. Probably in a different context, different way of saying it, but basically it amounted to, when the president does it, that means it's not illegal.
Oh. I think he was wrong.
So join us next time, where we will have Richard Nixon as a special guest.
I wouldn't count on it, you guys, but if you guys want to tune in next time, please do. And remember to donate and subscribe and do all that stuff. And we will catch you guys in the next episode.
Yeah! Catch you on the flip!
Catch you guys on the flip!
Flip phone. Flip flops.
Flop. Flip your mom off.
Nope. Flip your mother over in bed.
Nope.
It's a good one.
Nope. Terrible.
Yours.
Yours.
I'm out of here. I'm done with it. I'm hanging up. It's garbage.
Bye.
Good night.
Get out of here. Good night.
You.